Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so excited to have you here with me today. So my name is Rachel. I am a speaker, an author, a business owner, but most importantly for today, I am an accountant. I run the Instagram platform, Accountant She, where I get asked a lot of questions. So I would love to see you over on my Instagram channel where we can keep up to date and you can ask me lots of questions. So today we are looking at what an accountant does. It's actually something that I've been asked quite a lot. Sometimes we engage with clients and maybe they've not actually had an accountant before. So they know that they need you, they know how you can help them, but then sometimes they'll say, what do you actually do? Like, what do you do for me and how does this work? So you are not alone. Whether you are considering a career in accountancy, you want to know what an accountant is, or actually if you're a business owner that needs an accountant and you want to know what your accountant's going to do for you, you are in the right place. So if we firstly zoom out and look at the bigger picture of what an accountant is and what an accountant does. Accountants use numbers and financial statements to paint a picture, and that picture will tell us how healthy a company, an organisation, or an individual is. There's actually as well a couple of different types of accountants, and I will put a tag up here. I recently released a video called How to Become an Accountant, which covers off a lot of an accountant's role, the different types of accountants, and how to become an accountant. As well, I think a lot of people think that accountancy is just maths and just numbers, but working your way through all of the exams, accountants actually develop skills in maths, accountancy, law, business, and finance. So in terms of the exams and the syllabus that we cover, it is very, very in-depth. And then further than that, there's almost the life experience and wider business knowledge that we as accountants develop purely through osmosis of being surrounded by incredible, adapting, pivoting, and growing businesses on a daily basis. So there's the syllabus of what an accountant actually covers, and then there is the wider knowledge that your accountant should have too. But what does an accountant actually do? So, accountants provide information that investors, business owners, and people surrounding that company need to know. They might need it to analyse how successful the business is. They might need it to have a look at how profitable that business is, how sustainable that business is, how it's measuring up against its targets, and whether or not it's up to date on its legal and statutory obligations. On a daily, weekly, or monthly basis, an accountant can expect to cover off the following topics. Payroll. So a lot of business owners like to outsource their payroll because the best way to annoy your employees is to get payroll wrong. So lots of people really like to outsource payroll to the experts. So as an accountant, you can expect to cover off payroll in your monthly tasks. Raising sales invoices and processing purchase invoices is something that accountants and people that work in finance departments will be doing a lot. They'll also be doing bank reconciliation, so making sure that the transactions on the client's bank account match the transactions that have been posted in the accounting software. So that reconciliation makes sure that every single transaction that's come in or out of the bank has been captured. Budgeting can be a really, really big part of any finance role, so either putting together annual budgets, looking at historic data and using that to drive things forward, or measuring the current month or the previous month's performance and comparing that to a budget. The biggest bit of an accountant's job is compiling, analysing and preparing annual financial accounts. So this is all of the compliance bit. So in the UK, a limited company must prepare a set of accounts and a corporation tax return each year. So as an accountant that works in practice, drawing up those statutory accounts on behalf of limited companies makes up a huge portion of what we do. A lot of the time as well, during the process of pulling together those annual accounts, we sometimes find discrepancy. That's where the problem-solving aspect of accountancy really comes to the forefront. And as much as it can be excruciating sometimes, looking for that missing 10p, it's also the most satisfying part of the job. When you can pull together, comb through a set of accounts and be absolutely confident that every pence is in the right place. Another great part of the accountant's role is actually establishing, implementing, and then maintaining financial processes for companies. So a lot of the time, if we're dealing with new business owners and we're doing their accounts for the first time, with the errors and the discrepancies that we pull out, we might actually make recommendations at the year end at how they can avoid doing those in the future. So petty cash is a really good example of this. So if we've got a new business and they use a petty cash tin, if you're not from the UK, a petty cash tin is just a tin of cash, and it's used just for day-to-day expenses. So for example, if somebody needed some stamps, they'd go off to the post office with some petty cash and then come back. And something that's quite common that would come up at the year end is that at the year end, the balance that from an accounting point of view we hold for the petty cash is different to the cash in the tin. So at the year end, we might suggest, or we would definitely suggest, actually reconciling that petty cash balance on a monthly basis. So count the cash in the tin and compare that to the ledger balance, just to check nothing's being taken and just to check everything is running smoothly. So actually being able to analyse businesses in this way and find ways to make them more accurate and more efficient, therefore saving the business owner time, is a really, really brilliant part of our role. And as you can see, with the day-to-day or the daily, weekly and monthly tasks that accountants do, we actually touch every single department of a business and every single client on a portfolio. So the exposure, the pure exposure to different businesses that we get is incredible. So that's like what an accountant actually does. So my role as a business owner sometimes is different to my role as an accountant, but a really big part of accountancy, and especially as you move up the ladder into becoming a manager and then a relationship manager, getting out, seeing clients, chatting to people is so, so important. And sometimes it's the most important thing. I think getting out to clients and seeing their business and really getting a feel for what they do makes us better accountants, and it actually enhances their confidence as business owners. But I actually thought I could sit here and talk to you all day, literally all day, about what an accountant does. But I thought a really great way to tell you what an accountant does would be to show you. So, tomorrow I am heading out to a client and I thought I would take you with me. Okay, so we are heading to Newbury to see an incredible client. They do cars, coffee and cake. It's about an hour to get there, so I've got a couple of calls scheduled to take in the car, and in between I'm going to listen to a podcast. Time in the car to drive, a bit of mindfulness, listen to a true crime podcast, which is not mindfulness. Yeah, so gonna get going and I'll speak to you in an hour. So, little update, I didn't listen to true crime on the way. I actually listened to a naughties playlist. So I've been singing very loudly and very badly the entire way. But we are here. I am here today to just have a chat with them, show you guys around, show you what they do, talk about what we do with them and how we work together. So let me take you in. I've just got to put my mask on and get in, get a coffee. I'll sit down and then I will chat to you. One of the best bits about being an accountant is that we get to come out and see clients in places like this. So I think when I was training to be an accountant, I literally dreamed of having my own clients, having my own practice, having my own portfolio, and I think if you'd asked me what my dream client would be, it probably would have been something to do with sports cars, something to do with coffee, and something to do with cake. And this client literally has it all. So I thought I'd come and show you guys what a client, like what coming to a client's premises looks like, what that involves, and actually the work we do when I'm out on site with a client. So one of the most important things really is the relationship and the relationship with the client. So relationship is a really, really big part of what we do and a really big part of on-site visits to clients. So normally when we come to visit a client, there's a purpose. So it could be signing off a set of accounts, having a planning session, having a consultancy session. But yeah, I think it's so important to show you guys the passionate, the fun, the interesting, and the incredible side of accountancy. So especially as a relationship manager and as a business owner, a really important part of my role is getting out to see clients, like just being interested in what they're doing, really getting to grips with their business so that it makes you a better accountant. So for most cafes, if I saw a McLaren going through their books, I'd probably be suspicious. But once you've been here, you've seen it, you've felt it, you've touched it, you're not allowed to touch the cars, you get a really, really good idea of exactly what it is that they do, how they operate, how they work, and what I can expect to see in their accounts, and that's really, really important. I'd also say as well that one of the benefits of being an accountant and running the accountancy Instagram platform is that I get to shout about my clients, promote our clients, and really encourage other people to come and check out, shop with, and engage with our clients. So I am just going to hop over to my Instagram account and tell everybody what I am up to today. Okay, so I can't come to somewhere as insane as this and not give you a full overview of exactly what this client does. Podium Place is a destination in itself, so you can come here to drive the Formula 1 simulator that they've got, you can come to buy luxury sports cars from Ferraris to McLarens, and you can also come for some coffee and some cake if you can't quite afford Ferrari. Okay, so I can't chat for too long because I actually have so much to do while I'm here. But I just wanted to show you how incredible being an accountant can be, what the behind the scenes bit looks like of being out at a client and what that really entails, and to actually just show you the sort of clients that we have and what we get up to. There you have it. That is what an accountant does, and come to a client with me. I say it in every video, but passion is honestly the best part of being an accountant, and hopefully you're starting to get a feel, and hopefully I'm being able to capture just how and where that passion comes from. I am having the best time on my YouTube channel, and it would mean the world to me if you would like, comment and subscribe to my channel so we can open up a conversation in the comments about what you'd like to see next. And if you subscribe, you'll be the first person to know when my next video comes. I have had the best time showing you guys what it's like to be an accountant and come to a client with me, and I will see you all very soon.